Hey guys, I'm Alicia and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Ayo. Was that good or bad?
As y'all can see, somebody's back.
Always gonna be back, but thanks for having her.
So, you guys were all in the comments of our last video together talking about some bring him back, yada yada yada. So,
Since negotiations, I'm back.
because our second date story is crazy and
Memories.
I feel like it's the reason we're here today. Like, I really feel like it was the catalyst that kind of just kicked our relationship into high gear, wouldn't you say?
It was more like putting the Jiffy peanut butter on the jelly and making a great sandwich.
Anyway, all right, so if you didn't already watch our video on how we met, and if you didn't already watch our video on our first date,
Correct.
you need to watch that so you can be all caught up.
Watch all her videos and double watch all the videos that I made on her videos.
Okay, what he said. So you need to go make sure you watch those so you all caught today, and you know what's going on and how we got to where we are at this point. Here we are, y'all know, date one. It went great. So after date one, you know, we continued to communicate on the phone, chit-chatting and all that. You know, he was using up all his free anytime minutes, calling me do the whole work day, ain't getting no work done. I don't know. Sorry to that job.
Exactly.
Because he wasn't doing nothing but being on the phone with me all day.
Exactly.
And then, you know, he wanted to see me the next Friday. Okay, so our first date was on January 10th.
January 10th.
And then the next Friday, so that's January 17th.
Possibly.
The next Friday, we set up to meet. So this time, again, we wanted to meet in New York. Once again, halfway between Connecticut and New Jersey. But I told him that I would look into some locations just because I was always in the city. So I found this place in Long Island City, Queens. Shout out to Long Island City, Queens. It's so cute out there. Lots of fun.
Queens by Brooklyn?
Kinda, yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay. I hate going to that area, by the way, so.
Okay. Shout out to Queens. He hates going to that area for a reason, but technically it happened in the city. Well, I set up the date where Long Island City, Queens, you gotta go over a bridge and go into that town. So I didn't want him to get all lost and confused because he barely made it to Harlem. And he was late doing that, and I knew parking wasn't his thing.
Because it was snowing.
Lamar, it was no longer snowing. Please stop.
But it had snowed.
And the snow was no longer on the ground.
It doesn't matter. People in the tri-state, when it snowed in the past tense, it's still
Connecticut.
a snow day.
Because in Connecticut, snow or rain equals non-driving ability. So I picked a place in Long Island City. We went out to eat. It was dope. It was like a Cajun, New Orleans type of theme. I remember the food. It was really good. And I'm mad that the restaurant is closed now because we wanted to go back. But, so we ate good.
I said you wanted to go back. It was a good restaurant, but
he always do that. When it's my selections, it was good.
Yeah,
when it's his
good.
selection, oh my God, that was bomb. What did? Oh, look at this sauce. Put this butter on the jelly. Like, so the plan was, we were gonna meet in the city. He was gonna park his car in a garage right by the Queensboro Bridge, I believe. Park his car in a garage by the Queensboro Bridge. He was gonna get in the car with me, and I was gonna drive us around Long Island City and to the restaurant and to the other locations because I was more comfortable driving in the city. So that's what we did, and it was good. Then we went to go to the bowling alley. They're having some type of tournament or whatever. They're not letting regular people into bowl. You got to be on a team. So now we're in Long Island City. Like, I don't know that area that well. So I'm like, okay, we can go back into the city. But then we're going to be kind of either going into Harlem, maybe Brooklyn, or downtown where we're going to be away from his car. It's just a lot of moving and shaking. That wasn't the plan, and we're going to be taking up time.
And she wanted to spend as much time as she could with me, right, honey?
So,
pressed.
all right.
Panini.
So, next thing you know, I think we decided to go back to the movie. I forgot what movie we saw.
Yeah, we're not going to touch base.
We're not going to talk about movies again. You know, we're just going to let that one slide.
Correct. Because allegedly, in the last video, go check it out, she accused me of watching something.
You know what? As a matter of fact, no, I skipped a step. When we were leaving a bowling alley, we had our first kiss.
We did? It was outside?
In the car.
In the car?
It was in the car. Because we got in the car and we were like looking on our phones and stuff. And then you was all staring into my eyes like, oh.
Yo, that is a lie. I don't do no staring. I don't do no staring.
Looking like this, like a sad puppy.
And then she came out of nowhere.
Lies. he was like sweating. He had a bead of sweat. He was all nervous. Like, please just kiss me. Please don't let her turn me down.
That's a lie. That is a complete lie right there.
That's how you know.
I don't remember getting the first kiss in the car.
Where you remember getting the first kiss at?
In my car. Oh no, that's when it
exactly,
got hot and
exactly.
heavy. It got hot.
What?
No.
No, exactly.
Cut.
No.
Cut that.
No.
No, it was in your car.
Right. We were never in your car. That's right. That's what I'm
Correct.
saying.
We're getting to why we weren't in my car.
Right. So let's just get to the meat of the issue. We go to the movies, you know, between the dinner, bowling alley movies, somewhere in the car, he kissed me. We had our first kiss, and then, you know, he stopped acting super weird because he was like acting weird all night, like like. So once I gave him a kiss, he just like, whew. All right, I let him have a little, you know, peck or whatever, and he relaxed. So
that's a lie.
Once we was in the movies, he was really trying to be. I'm like, bruh, like that.
That's a lie. I don't recall that. If my son is watching this, that's a lie. I'm a gentleman. And to my future children watching this, your mother lying.
Whatever. So after the movie, you know, we had a good time. We laughing, we kiki, and we making our way back to the garage. So we get back and, you know, we say our goodbyes and he all about to cry. He's sad, you know, he missing me or whatever, you know. You know, feeling the kid.
That's a lie.
So I'm like, he looked like a puppy standing on the curb.
Because I didn't even get one foot out the door before she took off. I swear she had time to go on another date. Like she took that Camry was. And then here I am trying to get into this garage because it appears to be closed, but homie was just sleeping. Tell him what car was mine, and then he goes to get it. Cool. In the car, I think it was 3 weeks old. No, maybe like a month old.
He had just got the car.
Just got the car. And he pulls it up. Cool. And instead of putting it to park, he puts it in reverse, jumps out the car. It's on an incline. It goes back. Doors open. Hits a pillar. And I vowed I was never going back to New York after that. Like, I didn't want to talk to her.
You lied. That is not what happened. Exactly.
In my head. In my head at the time.
And your body did what?
And my body took my hand and I said, "You need to come curtain up."
He called me. So I'm like, Dad, he missing me already. Like, I just turned the corner, bro. Relax. But
And
I'm
it
like,
took her a little bit to get there. Like, it was only like 10 minutes, so I think she had to go make a call. Like, listen, I can't come see you right quick. Son just came up.
He trying to say that based on another. Do not do that.
And then she
came.
Do
not do that. He's trying to say that because of another story that I'm gonna tell y'all about Valentine's Day.
Lies.
He trying to throw that in there. No.
It was like 5 minutes.
New York City streets. You have to go around the block.
If she came back in like 40 minutes.
Okay.
It'll take 40 minutes to go.
40 minutes.
No, 40. It took 5 minutes of what happened. It took you 40 minutes to get back.
You said 10 minutes a second ago. That's how you know.
Cut.
What happened was I'm driving, minding my business, about to make my way back to Jersey. So then he calls me. I'm like, maybe he left something in the car. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, hey. He's like, hey. I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, I forgot exactly what he said next, but he was like, oh, where are you? I was like, oh, I just drove up the block or whatever. He's like, they crashed my car. I was like, what? So if anybody knows me, and if y'all don't know me by now, I do not play about handling business, like dealing with corporations. If we go out to eat and the food wrong, like I speak up for everything. Like I'm not, and he's very different, which I learned in that moment how different. That's why I say it was like the catalyst for the rest of our relationship, because I learned so much about him, and I think he learned so much about me. So whenever you see the craziness that's going on with me, just know he knew what it was when he signed up. So I put my Uggs on, I come storming in the garage. I'm like, and he's just standing there. Like you would think like a tragic accident happened. He's just standing there dazed and confused, like, I was like, okay, what's going on? Did he call the insurance people yet? Did you call your insurance people? He's like, oh, I'm trying to call them now. So he over there trying to figure that out in the other corner of the garage. I'm talking to the guy like, hi, where's your manager? Where's the owner of the garage? You need to get them on the line now. We're contacting our insurance, and we will be moving forward with pressing any charges or whatever we need to do. Do we need to call the police? And the guy's like, they both just like the guy fumbling, exactly. He fumbling. He finally gets somebody on the line, and the manager's telling him whatever nonsense. I'm like, you need to show us your insurance. Where's your insurance for the garage? Where's your driver's license as the driver? The manager finally gets on the phone, and I'm on the phone with him like, listen, you need to tell him how he can produce some type of documents, or you need to get down here immediately. So I'm basically handling business how I do. You know, ladies, get it bop, 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 get it done. Exactly. And he over there in the corner with his insurance like, it's a 1, 2, 3 address. Where am I?
Are we still in Queens?
Right, he over there about to cry. And
that's a lie.
The car door just like,
exactly, wasn't even closed.
It couldn't close or nothing. So at this point, that's when we realized, okay, we have to get a tow truck, because he can't drive on 95 with a car door that does, it was the driver's side door. Like, you can't close the door. You can't drive on 95 like that. So otherwise, we would have just, exchanged paperwork and went about our day. But he had to call his insurance because we didn't know what was going on with them. We was waiting on them. I was like, call your insurance. Tell them they need to send you a tow truck. Deep. And he just doing whatever. You right. That's the last time he listened to me. That's the
first and last time. Okay,
last
you get one.
Time he listened to me probably to this day. Because now he just always got something to say back.
Always. And she had that parking attendant in the corner like, run your pockets.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all need to figure this out.
And I had like $300 in singles. He was scrambling.
He was just giving us money. He was like, the guys to give you money. We just took pictures, and we had to wait. You know anything about having to call a tow truck? If it's a non-emergency, basically you're going to be waiting forever. Like, they gonna come to you when they get to you. So luckily I was there, and I came back, and we were sitting in my car and we were chit-chatting, and you could tell he was so upset. Like, my husband, when he get mad or upset, he just shut down, and he just be having this little sad/mean face. And so I'm like, well, I don't really know what to say. I don't know if he got an attitude with me because it's not my fault, but whatever. And so
I had an attitude with the whole situation. Because in my head, I was not coming back. Kind of sad, because it was probably going to be the last time I was going to see her. Period.
Y'all, please. Next thing you know, I don't know, we were both like scrolling on our phones on Instagram, and then we started like laughing at different videos and memes and stuff that we were seeing on Instagram. And next thing you know, we're just like kiki and having a good time. It was like the first time that we really like were being silly, goofy selves. Like, before, you go on a date, you being all cute and civilized and stuff. Like, this was the first time we really kind of just were like letting things go, like how you see us today, just kind of being that way. So that's when we realized, like, oh wow, that connection really is there. And I think we both started to have that feeling like, like,
she had the feeling. I was trying to get home.
You a lie. You was all staring into my eyes. You kept trying to get more kisses.
No, that's because of the voodoo she had just put on me. And then
why would you say I put voodoo on you?
Because you put voodoo on me. We ate at a Creole restaurant.
Look.
And then comes the voodoo.
Sorry to anybody out there,
Correct. I do apologize for the stereotype, but
right.
She did put some sort of voodoo. Or...
The voodoo was all of this. All of this. He could say.
Next thing I know, I was like fighting back because I was trying to be a gentleman, and then my face just kept on going towards her.
Right. He couldn't help himself. He was all over me. He was. You could tell he was all in love, basically. Like,
I was at that time. I was not in love.
Wow.
I'm just saying, it was that second date.
No. He was basically in love with me by that time because the way I came back and handled the whole situation for him.
Correct.
Because he was looking like a sad puppy in the corner when I came back to the garage.
She did her thing.
We stayed there in the car, you know, and it was just like, that's why I say that experience was like the catalyst for the rest of our relationship, because I think we really got to really spend good time together, quality time, get to know how each other act in unfortunate circumstances. And, you know, like I said, he saw I was a ride or die. I was going to hold him down. I know how to handle situations, get things done. For both of us, we kind of realizing like, okay, this is more than just a little, I met somebody on Instagram, we kicking it type thing. It was like.
She was in love with me.
The feelings were flowing, and I think, you know, that moment in that car when we were vibing, I think I still have pictures from then. I'm going to try to find it.
She always got some kind of photographic
Keep your
evidence.
receipts. Keep your receipts. Okay? I think I still got the picture from when we sat in the car because, you know, I had to cheer him up. So, you know, take a selfie with me.
Cheer me up with the V word. Not, I mean,
what
V for voodoo. V for voodoo. V for voodoo. My bad. V for voodoo.
Right. Like, what? Come on. So, finally, the tow truck came.
After sitting in for an hour and a half in the cold,
listen,
because somebody only put like $10 of gas in the car.
Listen, I put $20 in my tank. I don't care if I'm on E. I put $20 in, and
till
that $20
till this day.
That $20 better last and make me do what I gotta do. So I was like, we gotta cut the car off, and it was January. I was like, we gotta cut the car off. Like, we ain't gonna sit here and run up on my gas.
Freezing.
So truck coming, he looking on sad, like, ooh, and I'm like, you know, I'll see you again, boo, you know, don't be sad.
And I was like, if this is it, safe. Peace. Lies. See you later, sister.
Lies. So he get in the tow truck with the guy, and that's how you know he lying, because he called me as soon as he got in the tow truck with the guy.
Because the guy looked like he was going to murder me. That was point blank. I feared for my life.
What was I going to do?
Hear me scream if he murdered me. What you mean?
So then he convinced the guy to drop him off halfway, not even take him all the way home. Drop him off at his drive.
Out of that situation, like safety first. Those tow truck drivers, they be looking.
Not to stereotype if you're a tow truck driver. Not to stereotype
if you're a tow truck driver, but some of them y'all be looking a little crazy. And I feared for my life, so he dropped me off at my job. I tied the door down and drove the rest of the way.
You know, he made it home safely, and then we were on the phone like that whole night, you know, just talking and everything. And in my head, and I think in his head too, we both were kind of like I like this person, but I thought he was never coming back to New York again. And I was like, I'm not going to be coming up to
my head, I wasn't.
Connecticut all the time, so he going to have to figure it out. He going to have to get over it. Okay, so, but I did feel bad because I'm like, Dad, this boy barely ever been to New York like that. He done came twice.
Barely.
And the second time they done crashed his car, it's probably a wrap. So in my head, I was like, I don't really know where this is going after this. Even though we had such a strong connection in the car, I didn't know where it might go. So once he got home, let me tell you how he started laying it on thick. Laying it on thick, like, you know. I'm like, yeah, you cheer up. Eat yourself some Oreos, because he loved Oreos. I'm like, cheer up. Oh,
Oreos gonna make me feel better.
I don't got no Oreos. I don't got this. I don't got that.
I didn't have a car.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, he done drove home on 95 with a string tied to the door. But now he laid it on thick. So in my head, I'm feeling bad. He making me feel even worse. And I started thinking in my head, like, maybe I should go see him. Maybe I should bring him some Oreos, you know, some little essentials, cheer him up or whatever like that. So the next day, I was like getting my nails and stuff done, and I was just like, I talked to my best friend Ty. Shout out to Ty. Because she was like, go ahead, girl.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you.
I get there. He lives on a main road, a main street. Literally, the street is Main Street.
Correct.
There was 2 supermarkets, a mall, several stores, Subways, liquor stores, anything you needed in walking distance. In walking distance. Like, a block or two, not like several blocks. I was like, yo, he got me thinking he all stuck in the wilderness with no car. And this is before people was even using Uber and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that he needed like some help with some assistance.
I did need help.
But I got to the door and I started smelling some aromas. I was like, is that coming from in here or is that coming from the hallway? Like, let me tell y'all how this man's house was the cleanest I ever seen it since that day on. Like,
that's it. You get one time, okay, ladies? You get one time to see your future husband's house, place, apartment, condo, room, basement clean. After that, once y'all get with him, it's a Rizzy.
So it was nice and clean. Like, everything was clean. And then on top of that, this man made me ribs and rice. Not a vegetable in sight, but still.
No. Veggies at the time were not a part of my life. Not at home. Ribs and rice.
And he had Puerto Rican, so I'm talking about the good rice. So arroz gandules and them ribs was so tender, smelling good.
Okay,
and
I had to make something tender for my tenderoni.
And he had my favorite wine, Riesling. I was like, I don't know who put you on the Riesling wine. That's a whole other thing. Once again, just little thoughts. I'm put that back in the back of the leg. Who don't know who put you on this wine, but it was good. So I was very impressed. I'm like, oh, but even though you tricked me to get me here, at least you got some food and stuff. Wait, and don't go to no man's house hungry. And if you get there and you hungry, he ain't got no food for you. He ain't gonna get no food for you. Leave. He ain't the one.
Correct. So I made sure I cooked. My cable was turned back on.
His cable and Wi-Fi used to never be on. The only way he knew his cable was off because his Wi-Fi was off. Anyway, so we're there and we had a good time and we had a good. I think I didn't leave until that was Martin Luther King weekend.
She stayed 2 weeks.
I didn't leave until like Tuesday.
It might have been like Wednesday.
It might have. I ain't gonna hold you. It might have been like Wednesday. Cause I don't like.
Home?
No. First of all, no. Every
she
time
left when the rice was gone. Once the rice was gone, she was like, "All right, this ain't gonna work out for me. So I'm done. The rice is done. I'm done."
Long story short, I was there till probably like Tuesday or Wednesday, and when I go to leave, let me tell y'all how he begins to lay it on thick again. He gonna put on all these sad love songs, and I'm bad at goodbyes. Like, I could go to summer camp for a weekend, and I'm crying like I knew these people my whole life. Like, my mom could come visit me here for a weekend, and I'm crying when she leaves. I'm just bad at goodbyes. So he laid it on thick. So I'm like, I don't want this dude to think I'm crazy or obsessed with him, but he playing these sad love songs.
It worked. I needed to know if she was crazy and obsessed, and it worked. I played one song.
And he was hugging on me, and he was all holding me. He playing Tank, Please Don't Go. Like,
fellas, play it. If she don't react to it, she about to go see her boyfriend.
So I finally left, but we saw each other again that next weekend because he came
2 days
to see me
later.
in Jersey like 2 days later. And that story was crazy because it did actually snow that weekend, and I didn't really have good windshield wipers, and we was on the highway and almost crashed. Y'all, we got tons of crazy stories. I don't know why all of our dates have been so crazy. I think the reason it worked for us and the reason why things were happening so fast, because when you date somebody that's not from your area, or when you date somebody in general, sometimes you don't know if they're serious about you. But when you date somebody that's far away, you gotta plan. You gotta like work out your schedule, like what day work for you. Then you gotta go an hour or maybe an hour plus away to see that person. Like, that's a lot of time and energy to put into something if you're not serious. Nobody's doing all that when you can just hit up your local homie and make it do what it do. We always talk about how we dated people in the past who just didn't reciprocate what we were putting out.
At all.
So if somebody ain't giving you the energy you want and the energy you putting out, then it's a dub, and let that go, because you may be blocking your blessings from meeting the one who will.
And I'm the blessing. And her will.
You the blessing?
Cut!
So that is our crazy first date story.
Second date.
That's our crazy second date story. We survived it. We made it through. We still here. Make sure y'all come back for the third date. Like I said, when he finally came to Jersey, that's another story.
Child,
so make sure y'all come back. I guess I'll have him back for story time.
If y'all want me back, just let her know. If not, it's cool. I'll just turn off the power to this. Simple.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch y'all later.
Peace.